This is the
Looking
drunken
around.
tutorial.
24/7.
I was kind of wondering, is that
Oh,
me
you
or
have
is that the
inverted
game?
on? Yeah, we gotta change that nonsense.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Down
life.
is down, up is up.
Unless I'm driving a plane.
Wait, are
it's
you the
only time.
opposite?
I know.
You like
I know.
down
Up is
is
down.
up?
Dude,
Up is down,
everybody
down
who
is up.
everybody
No, you don't.
All whole time.
everyone who goes
Unbelievable.
everyone who used to go to
Yeah.
Tom's did inverted, and I'm like, unless I'm flying a plane, I can't do inverted.
Because airplane games
don't
or
know.
flying games are the only games that can play it.
Well,
Because
it's the same
you pull
idea.
down, you're
What's-
pulling up.
right.
It's the
basically.
same idea though.
No, I don't like it.
Why?
I cannot like.
Well,
I play
I'm not
Titanfall,
saying
I
it's
play
bad.
every-
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just not used to it.
Well, no.
No, like
but
I'm
mean,
literally
and-
my mind's blown. I didn't think anyone played that.
Oh yeah, I do all the time.
Oh,
No
tons of people.
way.
Yeah, Tom
Half
does.
the people who
too.
play, I'm telling you,
Tom
everyone,
does?
everyone
Gary
who
does, Tom
played,
does.
Joe
What?
does,
Joe
everyone
does.
who
Oh,
played
yeah, we all do.
Halo, except me, was like inverted, and I was like, I just play default. I was like,
Yeah, back in the day when we
Star
would
Fox
all-
was the only Star Fox and playing games.
No,
were the only ones.
you and Trick were the only two that didn't do
Yeah,
lick
we did
inversion.
default.
So it was back in the day when we were all at Tom's apartment. We would play Halo 1 together. This is back when I was in high school, and you guys were like early high school or whatever. But you
It was
guys,
just as hairy then too.
yeah, it was.
That is crazy. I thought that was just like something they did to like not exclude very
Most
minor
people are
individuals.
inverted, in my opinion. As far as I know, most people I know are inverted.
You know, it's funny because you think default would be, but literally, like from my experience from playing, games with
Inversion
people,
is default.
Inversion, yeah, like more people are inverted than. You know what pisses me off about that Halo, the thing that they released for the Xbox One?
Halo
The one-
5?
No, just the
I was gonna
Master
say that
Chief
was a great
Collection.
game.
Yeah.
They have like the Universal Reclaimer is what I play on, but it's the settings that I always played each Halo game on.
Right.
They don't have. Like I
Really?
can't. I usually
Southpaw?
like they have the crouch on the left
Yeah.
stick, but they don't have it for like reloading his X. They don't have any of those.
Oh, well, that's because-
it's all weird, and I can't
well, that's
play
because-
the way I actually play Halo.
No, because they had to change it for all the other, like Halo 3 and 4 all had completely different controls.
Right.
They
But
added
still,
more
like-
they added more abilities to the actual gameplay. You weren't able to go back and play it like you would one.
All right, now
But
how
even,
did
even on the newer ones though, you can't play like that.
No, you can't because they have all those new features and everything.
how do they do it with the Master Chief Collection when it came to controls? Because I know
They have
recent
one.
games
You
had
pick one
multiple
control.
different ones.
You pick one control,
And
then-
it does all of the games,
Yeah.
same control.
Yeah. So we. Joe was like the best at Halo back
Oh,
in the
he-
day.
he-
When we used to play Halo,
Plasma pistol, man. This dude would be wrecking shop with
yeah,
just plasma
Really?
pistol.
Joe would be able to use a plasma pistol, which was a one shot gun. He would be able to use it like a fucking AR rifle.
Yeah.
He would like.
No shit.
Oh yeah, we called him Howler Monkey, because it was
Howler
like
Monkey.
I don't remember the exactly, but it was like
Dude,
we
I mean-
described it like it was a Howler Monkey jerking off. Is
Pretty
the-
much.
is the case we thought it was.
That's actually to a
That's
T.
literally what
it
we
was.
made a joke of. It was like he would just like look like a fucking monkey jerking his little dick off, and that's why we called him Howler Monkey.
I will play it still, and Gary plays it occasionally with me.
Yeah.
And Joe will come on like once in every fucking blue moon, and he'll still be better
Yeah,
than all the rest.
it was Joe, Gary, you, me, Tom. There was Jared and Chuck. And there'd be a lot of like Xbox Connect playing. You gotta shoot that. You gotta shoot that.
All right.
I never played this. Did you guys play Gear? You guys play through all Gears of War?
That's what I was saying earlier. Where the fuck was I for Gears of War? Because everybody played Gears of War, and I
Wait,
didn't. I went to a Gears of War / Halo tournament,
Yeah.
and I wasn't 21 yet, so I went there basically just to drink. And Joe and Gary were talking about how they wanted to be a part of this tournament, and they played for Halo, but they were both like, "Oh, we should have played for Gears of War. We would have won," and they might have. I mean, I don't know. But
Right.
I mean,
I
I
just-
just don't know where I was for the whole time frame for Gears of War.
I
Because I
got-
never played a single Gears of War besides
I was-
3, and I played it for like 10 minutes.
I got one back when I was working for my old video game website, because I had to do a review for it for my for the website. And that was it. That was the last I ever played of it. Like 2 came out, 3 came out, Judgment came out. Never touched it until recently. I don't remember why I did, but I remember why. Because I was gonna Val and I, my wife and I, were gonna sit down, and I bought the triple pack. It was 1 and 2. And a bunch of multiplayer maps in a 3-pack disc collection.
Nice, nice.
So I bought that thinking we're gonna run the co-op, and she didn't like it. She didn't want to play through the co-op. I was like, so fuck it, I'm gonna play 2. So I played through all of 2, and that was a lot of fun. So then I bought 3 because it was like $5. So I started 3, but I didn't get that far into it. It was kind of like one of those things where like you play through a game and you beat it, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna play the next one. And it's just you're very kind of.
I do that. I'm right now with like it's so lame. Like I'm playing Mass Effect right now.
Oh, I was literally about to say
never.
that.
Okay,
I'm on Mass Effect 2 right now.
Oh, you
I love
on
the
2?
game.
Yeah.
I love the game, but I just bought like Dragon Age Inquisition, so I just started
Did you
that.
did you play one Mass Effect 1?
Effect is.
I beat Mass Effect 1 twice, so I could get my guy to the max level. I beat it twice.
What do you? All right. Now, how far into 2 are you?
I'd say halfway through the game.
Well, all right. What is your opinion between the two? Which one do you prefer?
I liked Mass Effect 1 in a lot of ways. Like I liked the storyline.
Right.
I like the gameplay better in Mass Effect 2, especially as like, you know, if you're gonna be not warrior, but what's it called? Because the first game, the first playthrough I played through as a technician, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And in the second game, it's cool because you can freeze people and burn them, but I don't like it because in the second game, you can be a sniper, but you can only do it as the one class.
See, all right, I could never get into the first game. I tried playing through the first game, the first time I did it was on PC. I borrowed it from somebody, and I played through the first game, and I was just like, or I played on the PC. I played for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and I couldn't get into it. Like nothing grabbed me.
Yeah.
So then I borrowed my friend's Xbox version, Ryan's, and I borrowed his Xbox version, and I put like 2, 3, 4 hours into it. Still could not get into it.
Yeah.
Like I drove the Mako around all over the. I hated that.
That's the
Hated
worst
it.
part.
Fucking
That is
hated
the
it.
worst part of the game is the Mako looking for like rocks and shit.
Yeah.
And on top of it, it doesn't even fucking matter.
Right.
It really does
was not a
not
big
matter.
fan
At
of
all.
that.
It gives you a little bit of experience. So you
But I'll
can
tell
get
you
up
what.
there and level. But
I'll tell you what. I
dumb.
skipped the whole first one. I did the second one. Loved the second.
Oh,
one
second
of my
one's
favorite games
phenomenal.
ever. One of my favorite games ever. And I played through it PC, and I downloaded all the
I'm glad
DLC.
you said that because the second one was incredible.
I love the second one.
loved it.
it
Here's-
actually is in the top 10.
Here's what
games
pisses me
of
off,
best
is
of all
I
time,
bought
actually.
the third one.
Well, based off you.
I bought the third one, and I haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
Somehow I'm like amazing at doing this. I can circumvent spoilers for anything as long as I want.
Yes.
I don't know how the third one ends. I know it pissed everybody off, but I don't know how it ends. I don't know what happens. What was it? It's just like Walking Dead season 4. I never watched Walking Dead season 4 up until season 5 started.
The whole Beth situation, I am shocked you missed that.
Yeah,
So it's not
people
up there
lose
anymore.
interest after a week, and then the next thing happens, and after like 2 or 3 weeks, within days, you just have to last the first few days of something.
true.
At least with the TV show, if you can last the first few days of a TV show without hearing anything about it, by the next week, that episode is done. Nobody gives a shit anymore. All right. So now you're just like, okay, you've gotten through a few. You just ignore it for a few days. Around, when the episode airs, so ignore those days around it. Don't look at Twitter. Don't look at Facebook. Shows that I listen to, the second the conversation turns to Walking Dead, I fast forward for like 5 minutes. I will skip a lot of content just so I don't get something spoiled.
Yeah, see, the whole Beth situation. All right, what they did with Beth is, Josh, you follow the comic. So what they wanted to do is
up to,
still
like,
give you.
issue
They
120,
wanted to
yeah.
give you suspense. So what they did is they brought in a character that was not part of the comics, and made you like her.
I think it's a different story. I think you're comparing apples to oranges. I think it was a mid-season. They wanted to have an impactful episode, so they chose a character whose story arc could kind of come to a, I guess, logical conclusion. No, they didn't have to do it, but it's The Walking Dead.
Why did they kill Andrea before they did in the comics?
Because her character in the show and the character in the comic are two different people.
What I think it really was
Okay.
is she was trying to like be all makeup-y and
In
wear
the- in
makeup
the-
and try
in
to
the-
look attractive, and they were like,
See, no,
we
see,
want you to be
in the
grody.
show, they made Andrea way more like bitchy. She was like, I'm a suicidal kind of fuck you, whatever, kind of a bitch. Whereas in the book, like, she wasn't that bad. Like, she and Dale shacked up in the book with Andrea's sister. They all kind of lived together. When Andrea's sister died, those two, Dale and Andrea, were still kind of together. They actually took on some children, if I remember correctly, and had like kind of pseudo kids that they took care of. In the show, Andrea kind of just disdains Dale because he dragged her out of killing herself in that first season. Spoilers for
Yeah.
anyone listening to this, by the way. Obviously, that's got to be at this point.
Let's play this out right now. Spoilers.
But she disdained him for kind of making her stay alive and live past that first season. that was never really a story. The CDC was never a storyline in the comic, first off, and that was never an arc for her and him in the comic. Whereas in the show, she doesn't like Dale because of that. She blames him. She hates him. Dale dying was a whole. I think the actor wanted out. I think he was just like, I'm done with this, and it was just like, all right, fine. He never died at that point. Dale went on and had a whole other big old storyline going on. Same with Andrew. Andrew's still alive in the comics, and I'm not going to ruin it for everybody, but she's a very prominent character in the book right now. She would.
So, do you think that they're choosing other characters to take place?
No, I think
of such prominent characters.
Maybe, but I think it's a different story. I think you can't.
So
I think
you can't tie in the comics. All right.
I think
know
there's
at a certain
milestones.
extent you can, but
there's milestones that the show has to hit to stay true to its source material. But everything in between is totally whatever. It's good storytelling in a different fashion. Daryl and Carol are the two best characters in my opinion of that show.
I agree.
I love
They're a duo.
The relationship.
You're
of those
right,
two.
and I hate that Carol is because like
No,
Carol's
see,
awesome.
she's
Carol
awesome, but
Carol
it's just like I
evolved.
wish it was somebody else besides like because she looks like Jenny McCarthy. And
All right,
I'm
all
like,
right,
Is this
well-
bitch about to sell me yogurt or blow up the whole facility?
Oh, no. You're thinking.
What's it? I don't know.
No,
What's
no,
the
no,
girl
no,
who
no,
sells
no.
the yogurt? The
Oh,
older
you're
lady.
thinking.
Yogurt?
Oh,
Yogurt lady.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I have no idea. I don't know
yeah,
anything
yeah.
about a
The
yogurt
Activia lady. The Activia lady.
What's her name? Lee. Something.
The girl from Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. You know who we're talking
Person
about.
does not die,
We
by
don't
the
know the
way.
name because that's how unimportant she is to us, and that's why I don't like her as a character.
All right, you know what?
Jamie
To
Lee
my own-
Curtis.
There it is.
She does look like Jamie Lee Curtis.
does.
You're right.
and
Absolutely.
that's why I don't like her.
No, I love
If she looked
her.
different,
She's
I'd probably-
awesome.
She's a badass character.
I'll tell you what.
Don't get me wrong.
Her episode with Tyrese at the farmhouse with the two little girls was one of
That
the
was
most
pretty-
heart-wrenching
yeah.
episodes I'd ever
yeah.
seen.
I'll give you that.
For sure.
I mean, that by far blew away everything else. I mean, those girls could have made it like one of the cheesiest episodes. Like child actors can make it like one of the cheesiest episodes ever, but those two
They were-
nailed it.
they were
They
great.
nailed it, and then just
It left you sitting there
Just-
like, what the
just look at the
fuck?
flowers. Just look at the
Yeah.
flowers. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
dude, that
my
will be a
God.
famous phrase. Like,
It's like something that
I-
your family would say if some shit like really happened.
Right?
like that,
I'm
you'd be like,
a
just-
grown ass
just a
man,
woman.
and I wanted to cry. I'm like, holy shit.
But we didn't.
And
'cause
then
we're
the
men.
fact that she tells him right off
Alright,
the
but
bat,
it depends,
I
though.
killed your girlfriend. Like
do you look at it as this child is distraught and has been
all of the
grown up
above.
into a world?
All of the above. I look
Alright,
at all of it.
That's
Because it's that girl, it's that situation, it's that outcome. It's just
Yep.
it's the whole.
So you can't exactly place a negative blame exactly on her because that's what she's been growing up into.
It's not that
Come
she
on.
grew up into that. It's that
But
she
no,
just
she did. Like her, at
been a-
least 2 or 3 years has
She's
been.
not really growing up.
When
I'd
does
say
Walking
she
Dead
just
start back up.
All right,
February
she's
8th.
what, 12, 13 years old?
Actually, by the time this airs, it'll be a week or two later.
Yeah.
This will be if this goes up
What
on
do you
Wednesday.
think about this season so far?
I like it.
Weakest?
Um,
I like it still, but 'cause it
no,
is, and
I'd
I
say
look forward to
season.
it every
I'd
week.
say
What
season 2 is the
season?
weakest. I'd say the entire
It
season
might be 'cause
2.
I can't remember it.
Well, the season 2 is where they were looking for Carol's daughter, and then you don't
Yes.
find the daughter for a
And
half
they
a season, and
posted
then
on the car.
that's what I said. I said this to Ryan. I said, you know what? That second season, it was the slowest burning season ever, and it was just so boring. And then the ultimate payoff was the little girl walking out of the barn at the last 30 seconds of that episode of halfway through the season, just completely paid off. But I think this season had some really strong episodes with like the cannibals coming back to kill everybody at the church. You know,
I get
the
that,
whole
it's just
first
like-
episode, the whole first few episodes were just like really good. There were some dead times in between. The whole, Beth at the hospital, I think was a pretty dead episode in my
Yeah.
opinion. The first Beth at the
And not even just like I'm not even saying it was her. It was just like the cast around her and like the storyline that they gave me. It was just like, I mean, if this guy's that big of a problem and everyone thinks it's a problem, why don't they just kick this guy off? You know what I mean? Because he's
Right.
apparently causing like all the problems for him. It's kind of dumb, but
And
And you missed your
you
face.
just totally
You
dribbled
missed your
past over yourself.
I wish that was on
Oh
recording.
my
Some people
God!
shouldn't
You
see
just
that.
you just fucking dripped
Dude.
all
I
over
was
yourself.
really hoping everything.
Not even a little,
glad
dude.
you
You
saw
dumped
it, too.
half your fucking
I was
can
really
on your
hoping that
fucking
would have
shirt.
just slipped on the wayside and
Like,
no
I
one would
swear-
have
I
mentioned
It did
swear
slip
to
on the
God.
wayside. Your fucking left tit.
I swear to God, I saw him reach his mouth, but like there was like an invisible hole in his skin, and it just
Oh
like
my
fell
God.
through.
It's like you just like put it to your cheek and poured it down.
It's part of that fat life.